Yeah, what do you got going on up here?
Well, I got the staysail cover off since we have no mainsail. We're doing the staysail and the jib. And I just wanted to get ready because as soon as I pull up anchor, I'll staysail right up and boom, there we go.
Boom.
Boom.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, let's take off.
All right. Ready to go? You may remember in our last video, we were trying to put some distance between us and the lighthouse on the south side of Crooked Islands. That didn't go so well, so we were keeping a tight eye on this one.
Got a nice morning tug. Not sure what we got yet. Fine, kind of feels barracuda-ish.
Oh.
Let's see. I see silver.
It is a cuda, yeah.
Not a big guy.
Bye, cuda. Nice.
Big waves.
Yeah.
It's in with a ton of chop.
Yeah.
We're headed right into it, baby.
Just trying to ride the line.
Oh, good. Okay, so last time the engine was running, we were getting some really wonky gauge readings. And I came down to find this yellow wire right here, where my pinky is. That's pulled out. And while Amy's driving on crazy waves, yeah, this guy right here has come disconnected. See that? Just pulled right out. So, with that not being connected, we need to put a little fix on that. Okay, tools we need. I removed that one, so I'm thinking this will work, but the wire is pretty thin, so I might try the red, and then crimpers, snippers, strippers, everything ends in ers. Okay, strip back the wire a little bit. Now I'm gonna clip the end. Oh, Jesus, it's wavy. All right, it's on. I'm just gonna melt that down, seal it up. Okay, that's it. Put it all back together. Let's give it a try.
All went well with Chris's alternator fix, and we made our way into Atwood Harbor, a very protected bay on the northeast tip of Crooked Islands.
We just found our beach. Our own little private area here. Well, this is our private anchorage for the next few days. There's nobody in sight. And there's our little room tot out here. We've got a huge beach for days and days here.
After arriving at Atwood Harbor and doing a quick exploratory mission, it was time to get down to some work on board. And as you may guess from our previous video, this didn't actually go so well after all.
Good opportunity to take a look at where the black water gets stored and our rear battery bank. Yeah, this is our battery bank. From time to time, it's good to pull off the caps, check the water level.
What kind of water do you put in there?
And if you take the cap off and notice it's a little low, you have to add distilled water. Distilled. You wouldn't want to add regular water.
Why can't you?
That's a good question to ask Google. I don't have that breadth of knowledge in order to be able to regurgitate it to you on cue.
Okay.
I know it's important.
I guess I'll be doing some Google searching today. Something about what we did yesterday, now where we're at.
Yeah, we're back at engine not starting again, and it might be because the battery died. We checked the water levels in the battery bank under the bed and found one battery was pretty much empty of water, so filled it, topped off all the water, and then we proceeded to run the water maker for a good part of the day yesterday, and then overnight we left the water maker running thinking we could get a jump on getting some water, and now we just tried to start the engine and we don't have any battery juice, so the batteries are super low again, and not really sure if it has anything to do with what we did yesterday or if it was running the water maker for 14 or 15 hours without running the engine and charging the batteries, but I don't know. We'll see if we can get it running again.
Now this morning, this is where we're at on the panel. The house is reading discharged. It's actually going up a little bit. I see it still says discharged. An engine was reading discharged before, but now we're not discharged on that. So while we're waiting, we pulled off the doghouse here, and we're gonna check this. This is the other battery bank down here under the doghouse. It was under the companionway. We're gonna check these other batteries, see what we find.
Maybe we'll need new batteries. I don't know. Maybe the battery fairy can come deliver us though.
Yeah.
No, doubt it. I hate to be the one to tell this to you, boys and girls, but there is no battery fairy.
What?
So you might be thinking, you know, there's worse places to be stranded, but there's also better places to be stranded. I mean, if all systems were go, Atwood Harbor would be the perfect place. I say this because it's what I pictured in my mind as the quintessential place one would want to sail to and drop anchor if they had a sailboat and decided to island hop around the Caribbean. I mean, it checks all the boxes that my imagination had created. It's protected from every side other than the entrance at the north. It's about a half a mile wide and about the same deep, and it's calm, 8 to 12 foot depth for most of its expanse. It has coral reefs to the northwest, a rock barrier on the northeast. The south side is end to end of beautiful, soft, white sand beach. And if that's not enough, the seafloor was bountiful with sizable conch, and the snorkeling was good. And as if that wasn't enough, walking the north end of the island, adorned with more amazing and empty beaches, was a great way to get our legs stretched and our itch to explore scratched. But the jewel in the crown came with our trouble in paradise. Let's get back to this battery issue. Did the battery rejuvenate and draw from the other 6? Did leaving the water maker on all night put too much strain on the house batteries? Whatever the case, we woke up to dead batteries and not enough juice in the engine bank to crank the starter. Didn't we just have this similar problem? Needless to say, we were a little bummed out. Negligence again had left us in a place with no one around and nowhere to go for help. Or so we thought. Back to that jewel in the crown, a local named Fidel has a building on the beach here. It's under construction and soon to be a bar. We know this because we walked over on our first day to check it out. Unfortunately for us, Fidel had posted a handwritten sign that had been faded by the sun, but still legible. It read, "Call Fidel for any assistance, gas, food, and beer." Left with no other options, we gave him a call. Not only is he a helpful resource if you need supplies, but this guy took my batteries in his car, drove down a treacherous road, brought them to his house, charged each one of them for 8 hours, and brought them back to me. I mean, who does that?
Meanwhile, I was keeping myself busy getting the sail repair done. Physically sewing the sail, mentally trying to do something to cope with the fact that our engine won't start, and we'll have to do a lot more steps, and at least we're possibly have in touch with a local that can maybe get us a new car battery or 2 at Bahamas prices, I'm sure. But sometimes if you can just work with your hands, you can deal with stuff a little better. So I started to do the bottom stitch all the way down, and then I realized about halfway through that I won't be able to get my hands in there to do the other 2 rows. So I went back and now I'm adding on the other 2 rows. But we're making do. It's pretty good on this side. That's the more done side. This is kind of the back side that I'm utilizing for all my little tail pieces. Getting there. Chris is working on the engine. I'm working on the sail. Team effort here. Did you get all that? But I'm almost done with the sail. I have been now on day 4. And yes, it's been a pain, but I'm happy to get it done. I'm most looking forward to getting the sail out of the cabin here, so I have some room to walk around again. It's been distracting having to walk over everything, and the mainsail is pretty big, takes up a lot of space. So I'm almost done with this round of stitches, and then I'm going to pull the whole thing up and fold it up on the couch again, and then go through and check the other stitches and see how it looks. And it's also very, very, very hot, but that's how it goes. Living in paradise, even when it's hot. Thank God for Rem. Send help. Meaning Rem. Final repaired seam.
Alright, let's go get this thing flying out of our living room.
Yes, please.
And into the sails again. Alright, we got the batteries back from Fidel, and I'm going to bring them downstairs and put them in the bank.
Ready for me to give it a go? Our batteries on all or one?
Oh.
Okay. Here we go.
Out in the background you hear.
Oh, just a fabulous engine running after 2 days of not running, and I wish we had more contact information for the local here named Fidel. This fucking guy, took our batteries to his home, charged them overnight. We got the batteries back today, and he's lickety-split with it too, like always in contact. I mean, this guy was awesome. Brought the batteries back, and Chris, with 1 engine and 2 full house batteries, re-got our engine going, charging everything up. It's a Christmas miracle. Pretty excited about it. And there's rum. So, you know, thank God for that. There we have it.
Woo-hoo! Because it's been a disaster. As you can see, everything's a total mess. Everything is just in disarray, disheveled.
I'm gonna do dishes and clean this whole area.
Putting a few things away, and then it's time to go to work. All right, with the cleanup nearly done, I'm gonna go out, do a little bone fishing. Let's go get them. Man, they hit hang for a second, and then he ran from here out to that flat in about half a second. I mean, gone. And then he hung for a minute, and on the second run, I kept the line a little too tight, and he busted off. So hopefully that's not my only chance. Landed my first ever bonefish. There she is. Not that big, but a hell of a good fight. After finally finding good bone fishing, I couldn't let this spot go to waste, and I went back out again. Kayaks in tow, I'd studied my maps, and I headed out in search of the silver ghost, aka bonefish. In the beginning I could paddle, but after scuffing along the bottom, I took to stalking. This became some of the most difficult and rewarding fishing I've ever done in my life. These flats, you could walk straight across and never see water any deeper than your knee. All of the little speckles of white spots here is all sand. Everything brown is kind of grass. Some of it's very pitted, very challenging to walk, but the bonefish love it in here. So I'm gonna walk a little of it, see if we see any. Kayak tied around my waist, I fumbled through these waters for hours until finally spotting a few tails and casting to the bones. I don't know if I'll be able to stay out here. It is just really, really windy. Incredible wind. But these are the flats. It's what I came for. I just walked them back a little ways. I just got a message. We got a new Patreon. Aaron Victor, baby.
What?
Let's go do a rum talk. Come on.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you were upstairs saying we just got a new Patreon.
And we did. And now it's time to do what we do best.
Oh, wait, that's my pen. Nice.
Rum talks.
I'll use this one for
Aaron Victor. Aaron. Shoot. Cheers, buddy. I might have to have two.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah.
All right.
High-tech camera stand.
We really, really appreciate the support of our patrons. It means a lot to us. If you guys want to check it out, and check out the link below if you want to check it out.
And if you want to check it out,
if you want to check it out, check out the link below in the description. And thanks so much for watching. We really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to join us next week as we have an awesome sail to My Iguana. We got a chance to hang out with some locals. We even got to meet the local celebrity.
And if you think the problems are over, well, they're not.
See you next time, everyone.